Hello there, boys and girls. Today's lesson is, how can I create a model to show my understanding of division? We're going to draw models today to show our division understanding, and we're also going to do repeated subtraction to show how that also will demonstrate the model. So let's take a look at our first example. Our first example says, the pumpkin patch had 412 pumpkins to share. I'm going to circle 412 because that's a number, that's my dividend. That's how many total pumpkins that they had. We're going to share evenly with 3 schools. Share evenly means I'm going to divide with how many schools? 3. So I'm going to put 3 right there. That's my divisor. That's how many equal groups there are. And the question's asking how many pumpkins did each school get. So that's going to be the quotient, the answer to my division problem. So I can draw a model to show my understanding. I'm going to start off by drawing 3 circles, and that'll show 1 school, 2 school, 3 schools. And now I'm going to draw 412. That 412 I'm going to draw is going to be the base 10 pieces to show 412 in a picture. 100, 200, 300, 400, 1 group of 10, and 2 units. That model shows 412. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share what I know I can divide right now. I see I have 4 mats. That's 4 groups of 100. I can evenly give each of my schools 100 pumpkins already. So with my repeated subtraction, I can take away 300 from my 412 because that's showing that I've already used up 3 groups of 100. 100, 200, 300. And each group got 100 apiece. That's why we record on this side of our chart how many's in each group. Now let's find the difference by subtracting. We're using that repeated subtraction to see what's left. Now since I've already used up these 3 100s, I have 112 left. Do you see that with my model? 100, 10, and 2 ones. There's 1 group of 100, 1, 10, 2 ones. So far I'm doing great. Now we're going to divide up what's left. I have 112 pumpkins left that I can share with these 3 groups. Now I have 1 mat, which I know I can separate into 10 tens, because 10 tens equals 100. So I'm going to take this and cross it out, and I'm going to trade it in for 10 strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you look, you can see the 10 tens plus the 1 10 equals 11 tens. So now let's look and see that I have 11 strips of 10. So I'm going to divide those. Now I'm going to just go ahead and think of my multiples of 3. 3 times 10 is 30, so I can give each group 1 group of 10s. I'm just going to cross those out. So that's minus 30. And each one got 10 apiece. And I can subtract and see that I have 82 left. And if you look at my model, I do have 82. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I can keep going. I'm going to give each group another group of 10. And that's going to take away 3 10s minus 30, because that's the value of 30. And each group got another group of 10. I have 52 left. Looking at my model, I do have 52 left right up here. Do you see that? There's 52 left, just like I have here, so it still checks out. Let's go ahead and give each group another group of 10. 10, 20, 30. Cross those out. I just took away 30, and each group got a value of 10, and now I have 22 left. And if you look at my model, 10, 22. That matches. So now I have to say, well, I've got 22 units left. Remember, it's a value of 22. I don't see 22 dots there, or individual units, but I know if I think of my multiples, 3 times what is really close to 22. We'll start listing your multiples. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. I'll go ahead and do that up here just so you can see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I can stop. I know 3 times 7 is 21. So each group will be getting 7 units with 1 left over. So I'm going to go ahead and just give 10 or 21 away. 6, 9, 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21, and I'm going to take away 21 right there, and all that's left is 1 remainder. There's my 1 remainder right there. So the quotient's going to be 100, 10, 20, 37. 137 with the remainder of 1 pumpkin that can be just left. Okay, so that would be how many each school would get. 137 apiece, and there will be 1 pumpkin left over. Now let's take a look at this next question. It says Mrs. Young had 540 pieces of Halloween candy to pass out. That means I'm dividing it up. The candy came in 5 equal-sized bags. How many pieces were in each bag? So that means I'm going to have my equation be first of all, my dividend is 540 pieces. I'm dividing it between 5 equal groups. That's my divisor. And then we're going to find out how much was in each bag. That's going to be the quotient. So I'm going to start out by making 5 circles because that's my 5 groups, which is my divisor. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to make 5 circles. That shows my 5 different bags. And there's 540 pieces of total Halloween candy. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those 5 mats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. And then 40 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 groups of 10. Now I know right away I can go ahead and start dividing up my 5 mats. Each group can get a mat. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. There's no regrouping there. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 500 from my 540, and that'll leave me with 40 left. And if you look at this picture right here, do you see 40 left? I sure do. Now how much was in each group? Each group got 100. So I'm going to just put 100 over here. That shows me how many was in each group. But there's 40 left over. Now I know I have 5 groups, and I only have 4 long pieces of group of 10s. So I'm going to have to break those up. I'm going to break those up mentally in my head because I know that 40 is the value of 40 units, and I have 5 groups. So I'm going to start listing my multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 35, and then we have 40. So I know 5 times 8 is 40, and that's the value of 40 right there. So I can just take away 40, and each group would have 8 apiece. And you can prove it by just drawing your model. 5, 10, just like down here shows. Next will be 15. Each one will get 20. We'll give away 20 now. Let's give away one more to each group. That'll be 25. Now this one has 30. Now we're going to give away 35, which is 7 in each group, and give away another per group, 40. And if I look at my model, each one should have 108. 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each model does show 1 whole mat and 8 units left. So I have 0 remainders. So that quotient would be each bag had 108 pieces of candy in it. So let's take a look at this last question. Miss Juarez has 94 Fall Fest tickets that she wants to give to her 3 nieces to share equally. I'm going to circle 94. I'm going to circle 3 to share equally. How many will each girl get? That's just right away telling me I need to divide. My equation is going to be 94 divided by 3 will equal our quotient. So our equation is 94 divided by 3. So I can do this with a model. I'm going to start off by writing 94 divided by 3 to show my repeated subtraction. I'm going to then make 3 groups. These are the 3 nieces of Miss Juarez. And now I'm going to draw the model of 94. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. Now I'm going to go ahead and start doing my repeated subtraction. I have 94 Fall Fest tickets. I'm going to give each group, or each girl, one group of 10. 10, 20, 30. So over here I'm going to subtract 30, which will show me over here each girl got already 10. And now I have 64 left. And if you look at my model, I have 64 left. Now let's give each girl another group of 10. 1, 2, 3 groups of 10. And that value is 30 I just subtracted. And each girl got a group of 10. Now I have 34 pieces left. If you look at my tickets over here in my model, I've got 34 with my model. Again, I can give each girl the value of 10. I'm going to cross that out. Let's subtract 30, and now I have 4 left. Now, I know if I have 4 tickets left, each girl's still going to want one more. So I'm going to share 1, 2, 3, and those are those 3, but there's still 1 ticket left. That would be my remainder right there. And each girl, don't forget with your repeat subtraction to show how many each girl gets. So if I add up all of my partial quotients, I have 10, 20, 30, 31, and so does my model show that. So 94 divided by 3 is 31, and there will be a remainder of 1 ticket left over. Perhaps the 3 of them could do something together with that 1 ticket. So here are your 2 homework questions. I want you to draw a model and use repeated subtraction with these 2 questions to show your understanding of model drawing as well as showing repeated subtraction to show how it matches your model. The first equation is 485 divided by 4. Draw a model and then use repeated subtraction. The second question says Madison got a book with 565 pages. She wants to read the book in 5 days. How many pages will she read each day? Go ahead and draw a model for that as well and use your repeated subtraction to see how it matches. When you're finished with that, I want you to assess yourself. So here are our levels that we want to assess yourself with. If you feel very confident, you would be obviously an expert. It means that you can teach this to the class, drawing models as well as doing repeated subtraction. If you get it pretty much okay, but you're still not confident enough to teach it to someone because you might get stuck, you're level 3 of practitioner. Apprentices, you're just sort of getting this. You're not sure if your answer is matching up. Novice is you're completely lost and you don't understand it at all. Please assess yourself and let me know tomorrow when we get back together so I know who to help the most. And here are your questions again for you to preview. Have a great night, and we will practice more tomorrow in class.